All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. It's so great to be with you another Saturday. And as Kareem has said, you know how it goes on the Sports Talk. We got lots to talk about. And stick around if you want to hear my thoughts. There are a lot of things circulating in the media this week. We're going to be talking about the Reggae Boys Copa America Hit Squad, Miss Squad. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're also talking about the ICC Cricket World Cup happening in the USA and the Caribbean. We're also going to be talking about the European Championships, NBA finals, and of course, as Kareem said, Shelley and Fraser Price slated to make her season debut this afternoon at the National Stadium. So much to talk about, and boy, I don't know. Let me just say this now. The views expressed on Sports Talk are not necessarily the views of the family station, Love 101 FM. Yeah, man. See, you guys know once I starting like that, it's about to go down in here today. Trust me when I say, okay, because I'm coming, and it's not gonna be nice because I have some thoughts. Let me tell you how bad it is. I had to write down what I was going to say. I had to go over it so many times because people are just being people, and I don't love this for me. You see, can you come back in the studio? Can you love the excitement? Can you come back in the studio? Oh my god. Anyways, but let's start the show properly. But yeah, so lots and lots, happening, and I want to talk about it. I want you guys to really, because if you're not really a sports fan, you're gonna be kept up to date right here on this show. I do this every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. And if you'd like to join in the conversation, please send me a WhatsApp at 997-3125, WhatsApp only. Or you can join me on Facebook, YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. All right. All right. So before I go into what my thoughts, I think I'm really considering creating a segment for things like this, but let's go. So, the Reggae Boys this week they sent out their squad for the Copa America. Copa America begins on June 21, but we play on June 22. Right. So this squad is long awaited because if you've been following the football, then you would have known that we just played two World Cup qualifying matches. And so now it's Copa America, and the side was released, and boy, I don't know if the side was released, it was a hit or if it was a miss, because so many things happened with this side being released, but we're going to talk about it. There were some players who they weren't sure if they were going to join the squad. And then there were players who initially we were happy to see them on the squad. And then that changed in a moment. And I am not pleased as how it went down. And that's where I'm really going to start today's show because, yeah, man. So I'm pulling up the squad because I wanted to talk about the squad first, and then I'll go into the thoughts. So, they don't even... See, it's 3 days ago. And to be honest with you, the JFF they haven't even updated their squad list. Yeah. So, the Copa America squad, Shaquan Davis, Andre Blake, Bryce Clark, and Jamal Waite. Then you have Dexter Limbiskisa. Then you have Deshaun Bernard, Greg Lay, Damian Lowe, Michael Hector, Richard King, Wesley Harding, Ethan Pinnock, John Bell, and Amari Bell. Then the midfielders we have Casey Palmer, Kevin Lambert, Bobby Reed, Alex Marshall, Joel Latibodere, and Carol Anderson. Forward Shamar Nicholson, Ronaldo Cephas, Mikel Antonio, Demarai Gray, Kahim Dixon. And still listed on the squad that the GFF official Instagram page is Leon Bailey, which is, you guessed it, what I want to talk about, because it has been messy in the press. It has been messy, and I don't think that we really need to be like this. First of all, let me just start this by saying, before I even talk about the demands that was handed out to Sir Dennis Strong, I personally, so Kathya, does not think that Leon Bailey is in any position at all, based on his performance with the Reggae Boys, to be demanding anything. I don't think he has proved himself as a Reggae Boys player. Yes, we see him doing exploits for Aston Villa. That has not transcended to the national squad. And so I do not think that he is in any way, shape, or form in any position at all to negotiate anything at all. That's how I want to start, because it is beyond me that you are saying that, okay, you want to take a break from international football. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But then don't send your agent, whether it is you or Mr. Butler, sending your agent to tell us that, oh, you want private security. Private security from who? Should the Reggae Boy security be increased in terms of how they take care of the players and protection? Yes, I agree with that. But you saying that you want a private security? Come on, man. What type of money do you think GFF has? You don't even get private security at Aston Villa. So I'm just thinking that this is now crazy, right? Then you go on to say, okay, you want first class flights. All right, not too bad. You want first class flights because you've been seated in economy and the seats aren't comfortable and blah 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 blah. Whatever. Okay, fine. But then it continues, because then you want a room for yourself. You're in a team, bro. This is not a one man show. It takes 11 players to get out on the field and get the job done. So I don't understand. Then, before I even go into the next demand, which before I go there, let me just say this. Leon Bailey, Craig Butler, for years, it's been going back and forth, and he finally made it into the squad. And you hear over the years, the GFF has been not including Leon Bailey even when he was in Europe, all of that jazz. We know. So for you to be carrying things from 2015, 2016 to 2024, come on, man, at what point do we get it together? At what point do you move on and say, okay, we're going to try a different approach? Every time you come with the same approach and you expect different results, come on, man. Come on. And I continue to say, Leon Bailey, he has not proved himself for the Reggae Boys for me to say, okay, JFF, go out of your way and do this. Then there are talks that you carry Mikel Antonio and Demarai Gray to the side. Okay, but where are you now? Because they're in this squad and you are not. So what? And Mikel Antonio and Demarai Gray are not making these demands either. So somebody tell me, because obviously somebody has lost their mind. Obviously, listen, since this happened, I sat on social media and I watched this unfold, because as soon as the squad is released, then you're going to release an Instagram. You're gonna make a post on Instagram talking about false information, blah blah blah. You guys are not even diplomats as it relates to that, and you don't think that your club is watching this. This, at the end of the day, is your national squad. You know how many persons, how many people, how many players across the world would want to play for their national squad? Do you know how many people are sacrificing to in terms of ensuring that they get on? You know how many good players are there right now in the English Premier League that wish that they were in England squad playing in the Euros now, and they're not, and you have the opportunity, but then you are making a fool of yourself. Then you go on to say, oh, you don't believe that you. Another thing is that you want the technical director, Rudolph Speed, who is the head coach of Cavalier, you want him relieved of his duties. Why? Because you don't like the standards that he holds you to as the technical director of the JFF? Listen, it's been a while. It has been a while since I've gotten this passionate about something. It's been a while because I don't understand. I cannot understand. You are in no way, shape, or form in any position at all to negotiate anything. You see, if you were scoring how much team goals or assisting how much team goals, then I could understand. But what has been your contribution to the Reggae Boys since playing for the Reggae Boys? It has not been outstanding. Furthermore, it has been subpar. But then we see you leave Reggae Boys this week and go on Aston Villas and score how many goals, and then you can talk about surfaces and blah blah blah. Some of these matches were played in the USA, which had good surfaces. So what really is the excuse? Just listen. Right now, if I were Coach Hallgrimson, I'm done with Leon Bailey. I am moving on. That is it. He has gotten his chance. He has decided to make a fool of himself. And so we move on without him. And that is entirely how I feel how the Reggae Boys should approach this. We're going to go back in World Cup qualifiers next year. And we're going to see. Because if I were Coach Hallgrimson, yeah, man, I'm moving on. No Leon Bailey, we move on and we all will be fine. And I don't think that's going to stop our chances from getting to the World Cup in 2026. And you heard it here first. If Leon Bailey is not included in the rest of the World Cup qualifying, I don't think it's going to stop our chances from getting to the World Cup in 2026. And if Leon Bailey doesn't come apologetic with his agent, Craig Butler, I don't even believe that he should even be considered. That's how strongly I believe. That's how strongly I feel about the situation. You do not make a mockery of your national team. You do that nowhere. Due respect is to be given to the national team. And yes, JFF has their issues. Nobody's saying that. But respect is supposed to be given where respect is due. And you cannot do this to your national team and decide that everybody's going to be sitting back and be like, oh, everybody's okay and it's fa la 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 la. No, it doesn't work like that. There must be some consequences. And the consequences is that you shouldn't be in the national setup anymore. Go play for Aston Villa, do whatever you want to do. We'll keep up the ranking so that you can continue to play in the English Premier League, but don't look back this side. Do not look back this side to play for Reggae Boys. Just don't look back. There's no way. You are in no way, shape, or form in any position to be talking about, oh, you want this and you want, and you don't show up for the team. You break rules when the team set them, and you want to come negotiate. Come on. Listen. Listen, man. Listen. Angela from Uwaton. Let me see if anybody have any thoughts, because yeah, guys, I had to get it out of my system. Yes. Angela says, I am in total agreement with you. Don't let Leon hold the JFF hostage. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. Leon Bailey needs to stay where he is. Yep. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, man. Errol Colding. Yes. Yeah. We can do without Leon Bailey. We can do without Leon Bailey. But my warning to Craig Butler is, just ensure that the situation with Whisper, which is Dujon Richards, ensure that it is really so good. Because I do at this point, Craig Butler cannot be trusted. And I tell people that he's a good cook, but he cannot be trusted because we don't know today's yay and tomorrow is nay. He just cannot be trusted, and I am just at the wits end as a supporter, as a journalist. I'm just at my wits end with both of them. And I pray that you don't and if Whisper sits there and get caught up in this, then that's up to him to leave him out of the squad too. I'm just saying at this point, anybody from Phoenix, just leave them out. Because we can't afford for people to be holding the national team hostage. We can't afford that. Not when we're trying to qualify for a World Cup that is on this side of the world. Are you crazy? Anyways, these are my thoughts. We'll be right back on Sports Talk.
What does KYC mean? KYC means know your customer, the customer's identity, their financial behavior, and source of funds. This prevents accounts from being used for money laundering. This financial literacy tip was brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy.
Think ahead, make a plan. You got the freedom of choice.
Lark, long-acting reversible contraceptives.
I made my choice 6 years ago. I have an IUCD, also called copper T, and it will go and protect me from pregnancy for another 4 years at least.
My choice was an implant. It lasts for 5 years. And when I'm ready for a baby, I just make doctor take it out. Contact the National Family Planning Board at 9681632 to find out more about Lark.
Think ahead, make a plan. You got the freedom of choice.
Ready to experience 6 times more freshness in your clothes? Try Downy Scent Beads. Its fragrance is so amazing, you have to sniff it to believe it. Try Downy Scent Beads today. 6 times more freshness versus using detergent alone.
On Sunday, June 16, listen at 9 a.m. as we will share a recording of the Ecumenical Service celebration of Jamaica Council of Churches Week under the theme, Justice, Truth Be Ours Forever, Reigniting God's Intention for Human Flourishing at the Hope United Church, 221 Old Hope Road, Kingston, held on Sunday, June 2, with greetings from the Governor General of Jamaica, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen. The speaker was the Most Reverend Dr. Howard Gregory. That's the Ecumenical Service celebration of Jamaica Council of Churches Week. Listen for the recording on Sunday, June 16 at 9 a.m. right here on the family station, Love 101.
Every human come subscribe to this.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Yes, I see the thoughts coming in. I think most of us agree with me when I say we can leave out Leon Bailey, and we shall move forward. Yes. All right. Amen. I'm okay. For those who are for those who are concerned, my blood pressure is okay. I am fine. It just, I'm so sorry. I really had to talk about that. And you guys know me. I don't really, I will cuss out GFF when they're wrong, but this time, they're not wrong. And I couldn't just sit by and allow this really to happen. All right, so the Euro 2024, that's happening in Germany. And it started yesterday. Yesterday, Germany, they defeated nine-man Scotland 5-1. Switzerland, they defeated Hungary 3-1. Spain, just a few moments ago, they defeated Croatia 3-0. Talk about the matches coming up for the rest of the weekend. Later today, well, just as we end here on Sports Talk, Italy will play Albania, and tomorrow Poland plays Netherlands at 8 a.m. and at 11 Slovenia will play Denmark. Serbia will play England, and Monday's matches, Romania, they'll play Ukraine. Belgium, they'll play Slovakia. So that's what's going on in the Euro 2024. Tell me, send me a message 876-997-3125. Do you have a European team? I do. Well, my team, football team outside of course, the Reggae Boys would be Germany. I'm a German fan. Been a little while now, but yeah. So Germany is who I support, and so I'm glad as hosts they have gotten off this Euro 2024 campaign on a winning start. So you can tell me which side is your side in as it relates to European football. Are you a England fan or what's France? I know a lot of Jamaicans, they love France. You know, I hear a lot of them talking about him, Kylian Mbappe, and the crew. I know a lot of Jamaicans also are CR7 fans, Cristiano Ronaldo, which this really could be his last European football cup. So yeah, and then I know which other team? Italy. I know they're quite Italian fans and Spanish fans. So you can tell me which side is your side. Yeah. So that has been that. Right, that has been that, and the Euro 2024 is on. So we watch the games and we'll enjoy them, and we'll give you more as play continues. Just before we go to the break again, we're going to be talking about what's happening in the NBA. Yeah. The NBA finals has been interesting. The series is now 3-1 to Boston Celtics. Now, if you didn't know, the Boston Celtics and Dallas Mavericks, they're currently contesting the NBA Finals 2024. Now, Dallas have been playing good, but Celtics right now, they're just a better squad, even though they were obliterated last night by the Mavs. But you can understand that happens when a team needs to stay in the championships. Now, if Mavs lost last night, then Celtics would have won the championship. So Mavs came out and they played, am I going to say the best basketball? They played good basketball last night. Both Kyrie and Luka Doncic, they had put up scores last night. I'm going to tell you, Luka, he scored 29 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Kyrie, he scored 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And as I said, it was a do or die game for them, because if they lost last night, then that would have been it for the championships and they would have been swept. So in terms of the games that have gone on so far, early in the week, Celtics, they won a close game, a close match, because they were leading up for about 20 points going into the fourth quarter. They won that game 106-99. And so tomorrow, or rather today's Saturday, so not tomorrow, but Sunday, they return. So the series will shift back to Boston, and that match will be Monday at 7:30. And which could be the final match. But let's see if the Mavericks can come back from being 3-1 down. It has never happened in the history of the NBA Finals that a team comes back from 3-1 to win the championships. But let's see if the Mavericks can get another game on their hand. And this game will be played in Boston. So I'm sure the Celtics, they will be looking to close out the season. Interesting times in the NBA. And if you follow the NBA, you'd know that really the odds really currently are with the Boston Celtics. And truth be told, I certainly believe that the Boston Celtics overall, in terms of squad and the players that are in the squad, I think man to man, they are a better side than the Mavericks. However, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving is maybe one of the two best players or two of the best players still in playing in the NBA, and they are game-changing players who are able to, make an impact. So let's see if it is that they can continue this performance from last night, take that to Monday night, and see if at least they can carry the series to 3-2. But I'm still hoping, I'm still on the Boston Celtics, and I'm not usually one to support a Eastern Conference team, because if you know, all the teams that I support actually play in the Western Conference. But let me tell you a little joke, because I'm not really the biggest Kyrie Irving fan. I'm not really the biggest Kyrie Irving fan, which is why I would want Luka to win, but not Kyrie. I don't know how I work that, because both of them are good players. Yes, then LeBron and Cavs did it against Golden State, coming from 3-love down then to win the championship. Was it 3? What is 3-love, and then they won? I don't remember that. I don't remember. I don't recall it being 3-1, as in Golden State had won 3 games, and then LeBron and the Cavs, they won all 4 of the last games. Okay, Carolyn says she was looking forward to the sweep last night, but at least I get to watch some more basketball. Boston will close out on Monday. Don't think Tatum will choke as he usually does. Yes, Carolyn. I too was glad that the match, in terms of, I'm glad that Mavs won last night, because it means more basketball to watch. But I really don't think that the Celtics are going to just not win the series at all. I'm not even sure if it's really going to go to a game 6. I think Boston will close out in Boston, which will be on Monday. So yes, Caroline, you and I are on the same page. Cherry says she is a German fan outside of my regular boys. All right, Cherry, so you and I are cheering for the same side. And yeah, Hugh says he's is German. Okay, Hugh. So we'll have some German fans on the WhatsApp line. We're going to go for a break right here on Sports Talk. When we come back, we're going to be talking about what's happening at the ICC Cricket World Cup and what it means in terms of some of these sides. Big names going home and small teams progressing to the Super 8. We'll be right back on Sports Talk.
Make we keep Jamaica clean. Me also we keep Jamaica clean. Keep Jamaica clean. Our duty to keep our island clean. Mobile to Kingston, sidewalk and beach. Bag it, finish, recycle it, please. Proper garbage disposal, make we do it. Keep Jamaica clean. Keep Jamaica. A message from the National Solid Waste Management Authority.
When tape diapers are difficult to change, it's time for Pampers Easy Ups with 360 stretchy waistband. They're easy to put on and take off, keeping their skin dry and protected.
Changes are easy with easy apps.
Love 101 invites you to set your day before it begins with midnight prayer and praise, Mondays at midnight. It's the third prayer watch, a period of much spiritual activity. You will be strengthened during this time of prayer and praise. Midnight prayer and praise is during the third watch of the night, the time to strengthen yourself spiritually and seek direction. Time to command your day. Midnight prayer and praise, Mondays at midnight through to 3 a.m. early Tuesday morning. 3 hours to set your day with prayers offered in each hour. Midnight prayer and praise is on the family station, Love 101.
On Sunday, June 16, listen at 9 a.m. as we will share a recording of the Ecumenical Service celebration of Jamaica Council of Churches Week under the theme, Justice, Truth Be Ours Forever, reigniting God's intention for human flourishing at the Hope United Church, 221 Old Hope Road, Kingston, held on Sunday, June 2, with greetings from the Governor General of Jamaica, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen. The speaker was the Most Reverend Dr. Howard Gregory. That's the Ecumenical Service celebration of Jamaica Council of Churches Week. Listen for the recording on Sunday, June 16 at 9 a.m. right here on the family station, Love 101.
Every human come subscribe to this.
Love 101, the family station, in association with Oncourt Restaurant, presents an evening called Celebrating Fathers this Sunday from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Oncourt Restaurant, 29 Barbican Road. Come be serenaded with special musical items and hear tributes from children to fathers through prayer, poetry, songs, and so much more. That's Celebrating Fathers this Sunday, June 16 from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Sponsored by Singer, Robinson and Sons, and Oncourt Restaurant, a Love 101 endorsed event.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. The name is Kathya. All right, so we're jumping right into talking about what's happening at the ICC Cricket World ICC T20 World Cup. Same thing. Well, no, but all right. So let's talk about the group standings first, and then I'll talk about the matches to come, and what it means in terms of what sides or what teams have already qualified for the Super 8 and what teams are looking to qualify for the Super 8. All right, so currently and I'll tell you who has already qualified for right, so from each group. So Group A, already qualified would be for the Super 8 would be India and guess host USA, or co-host USA. They have qualified, and USA, of course, beating out the likes of Pakistan, Canada, and Ireland. They were also in that group. In Group C, qualified for the Super 8, Afghanistan and the West Indies. New Zealand, they just had a horrible tournament. Uganda and Papua New Guinea was the other teams in that. I'm going to leave Group B. Well, let me just continue. So, Group B... where am I? A, C. Oh, so Group C was the West Indies group. Group B now, it's Australia. They've qualified for the Super 8. But interesting now, Scotland, they're in second on 5 points. And England, they're in third on 3 points. Now, Scotland, they have a net run rate of 2.164, while England, they have a net run rate of 3.081. What's the significance of this? I'm glad you asked. Now, England, they are going to play, or they're slated to play Namibia. Right now, however, the game has been delayed because of bad weather. I have not seen anything officially yet to say that the game was abandoned. But if the game gets abandoned against England, with England and Namibia, it means that England will crash out of the World Cup, as they will get just 1 point from a no result. And unfortunate for England, it would be their second no result match. So it means that they will end on 4 points and Scotland would go through with Australia. So it doesn't matter later what Scotland will do against Australia. All right. So then we have South Africa, Bangladesh. I think that one is, I think the Netherlands, there's still chance for them if Bangladesh loses the next match, and the Netherlands, they beat, I think, was it? I need to just check, but I think Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and Netherlands and Nepal are slated to play. But I'll tell you what the matches they have coming up. But currently, Netherlands, they have to hope that Bangladesh loses and the net run rate goes down, and Netherlands, they will have to win their next match in, I'd say, emphatic manner for them to progress. Out of that group, South Africa, they've already progressed. So the Super 8 Group 2 currently looks like South Africa, USA, West Indies, and then it would be England or Scotland. Group 2 would be Australia, Afghanistan, India, and it would be Bangladesh or Netherlands. So let's look ahead at the games to come. Currently, the Namibia and England match, it's currently still staying delayed. When I was leaving home, it was raining. They're slated to play in Barbados. It was raining in Barbados. They were hoping that at least they probably will be able to bowl 10 overs aside at the time. So we'll keep you up to date to that. The later today, Australia, they'll play Scotland. Then tomorrow, Pakistan, they'll play Ireland, both already eliminated from the competition. All right, this is where it is. Tomorrow as well, Bangladesh, they will play Nepal, and Sri Lanka, they will play the Netherlands. So Netherlands will have to hope that Nepal beats Bangladesh and they win against Sri Lanka for their hopes to stay in getting to the Super 8 alive. In Group C, so on Monday, Group C, which is the group with West Indies, New Zealand first. They'll play Papua New Guinea. Again, just playing for show because they've both been eliminated, and then it will be the top of the table clash with West Indies versus Afghanistan. They've already progressed to the Super 8s. So yeah, this match is not important because they're in two different groups heading to the Super 8. It doesn't matter if they had finished first or second in the group. So yeah. And on Wednesday, the USA, they'll play. So really and truly, the next set of matches in terms of when the group stages start will be on the 19th, which is next week Wednesday. So next week Wednesday, Group 2 action will kick off, and that will be USA against South Africa. And that, I'm just trying to double check where this match is playing. But I do believe this time we're shifting. So I think after today, all the matches will end in the USA. I don't think we're going back to the USA to play any more matches. The Caribbean will host the rest of the matches. Then on Thursday, and I'm just giving you this because we're not going to talk to each other until next week Saturday. So we'll be talking about all these matches next week Saturday, right? So Afghanistan, they will play India. Thursday, and on Friday, the West Indies will be back in action. Australia first will play South Africa at 9:30, and next week Friday 7:30 Jamaica time, the USA, the two co-hosts will play co-hosts. They will play each other, and that is set to take place in Barbados. So the USA, they will play the West Indies. And next week, Saturday, well, we can talk about those matches. Those matches are evening matches. So it has been interesting going in the ICC T20 World Cup so far. The West Indies, they have... yeah, they're the next ones. I'm not cussing them, but I don't know. One thing about West Indies, they are going to cause you to fret. You are going to be like, yeah, man. Because, 30 for 5 against New Zealand. Thank God for Shafane Rutherford. But I think for this West Indies squad, what works for this team is that the bowling performance have been very good. And we have batsmen down to number 10. That is what is important. This is what makes this squad so dangerous. So really and truly, they really only need one batsman to shine really for an innings. In all honesty, that's really what is needed, because come on, Sheffield Rutherford, he literally saved the team, and helped the side. And then that was backed up by Alzari Joseph and Akil Hussain and Gudakesh Moti with their bowling performance, which I think has been the highlight for the West Indies team so far in this ICC T20 World Cup. But the batsmen have to come to the World Cup. Have not really had any runs from Brandon King. He's having a horrible tournament so far. Not as bad as, maybe as bad as Virat Kohli for India, who has also been having a horrible ICC T20 World Cup so far as well. I think Kohli's averaging 1.7 or something like that after 3 games, and a strike rate of, I think, 56%. It's been tough going for Kohli and Brandon King, but we're hoping both their teams have made it to the Super 8, so I am hoping that we will be able to see better performances. Of course, Kohli will not get a chance, or did not get a chance to bat today, as that game was abandoned. That Indian game was abandoned. So the next time, India plays, we're hoping that we'll see some runs for him. Personally, I am a Virat Kohli fan. I really like him. From RCB days, that's Royal Challengers Bangalore. If you watch the IPL, you know what I'm talking about. When he used to play with Chris Gayle over at that franchise. But yeah, and of course, I do want to see Brandon King shining as well as he shone for the West Indies when they were in Jamaica for the warm-up games to the World Cup. Also, I love to see what happened in terms of I think Darren Sammy has just been doing a good job. You saw him on the sidelines in that game against New Zealand. You saw him talking to Rovman when the West Indies was feeling, and I like that, because it means that there is what you called respect and just trust that has been placed not only in Sammy for Rovman, but Rovman in Sammy as captain and coach. So it's good to see that, and I'm hoping that we see more of that for the rest of the tournament. All right, we're going to go for a break again on Sports Talk. Let's join us, stay, listen to the ads, and let me pay some bills, and we're going to come back with the final stretch on this show. We'll be right back.
On Sunday, June 16, listen at 9 a.m. as we will share a recording of the Ecumenical Service celebration of Jamaica Council of Churches Week under the theme Justice, Truth Be Ours Forever, reigniting God's intention for human flourishing at the Hope United Church, 221 Old Hope Road, Kingston, held on Sunday, June 2, with greetings from the Governor General of Jamaica, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen. The speaker was the Most Reverend Dr. Howard Gregory. That's the Ecumenical Service celebration of Jamaica Council of Churches Week. Listen for the recording on Sunday, June 16 at 9 a.m. right here on the family station, Love 101.
Every human come subscribe to this.
Love 101, the family station, in association with Oncourt Restaurant, presents an evening called Celebrating Fathers this Sunday from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Oncourt Restaurant, 29 Barbican Road. Come be serenaded with special musical items and hear tributes from children to fathers through prayer, poetry, songs, and so much more. That's Celebrating Fathers this Sunday, June 16 from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Sponsored by singer Robinson and Sons and Oncourt Restaurant, a Love 101 endorsed event.
As a man living with HIV, a regular day from me, not much different from yours. I have to wake up and go to people and work in the traffic, but then when we reach, we can run some joke with my co-worker them. Sometimes we link up after work, or play ball, or just dip on my ends and kick back before we go home. You see how much we have in common? People living with HIV are a part of our community. Make a par. Protect, accept, and respect. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Here is your opportunity to connect with someone who will listen, pray, and give guidance. It's the Ministry of Counseling and Prayer of the Edgewater Baptist Church. Please call 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. Weekdays between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Please talk to someone if you're finding it particularly challenging to cope during this period of crisis. Someone is waiting for your call. Please reach out today, 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. It's the Telephone Counseling and Prayer Ministry of the Edgewater Baptist Church. A reminder that somebody cares. Endorsed by Love 101.
When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Not me trying to introduce the show again. The name is Kathya. Thank you so much for sticking and staying with me today. Thanks also to those who have joined us, Facebook, YouTube. I'm seeing your comments. Good afternoon to you all over there. And to those who have joined on the WhatsApp line, thank you so much for being with us. All right, so track and field. Let's jump into that because last week I had a guest, Kemal. He will be with us soon. Next week, I believe, yes, because we're going to be talking about the national trials. That's coming up, just in case. You can go and mark in your calendars. Coming up from June 28th to 30th at the National Stadium. And yeah, so that's what's going on. So a few things in track and field. We know earlier this year, the team, or at the World Relays in Bahamas, the 4x4 men's team, they did not qualify, or they did not get the automatic qualification to Paris. And so a team is being scheduled. They're being scheduled to run. I do believe that will be tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or Monday? But there's a team being put together. Most of it consists of, or I should say, all of them are squad or are players, athletes rather. Still thinking about that football thing. I'm so sorry, guys. All of them are athletes that would have participated in the recent NCAA championship. And so I'm just trying to find the official release of the squad. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right. But in the meantime, yeah. So the squad has been selected: Navaski Anderson and Tyrese Roden and some other NCAA athletes. So they will try to make the qualifying standard. Let me not say qualifying standard, because what they're trying to do is to run a fast time that will allow us to get a ranking, a top 2 ranking to qualify for Paris. So that's really what is going on. So what would have happened at the World Relays is that the top 14 teams would have qualified for Paris, and then the IAAF, they have left 2 spots. Them still in IAAF? Yes. They left 2 spots, and those 2 spots will come to the top 2 teams, with the teams with the highest ranking. Because let me not say top 2, because if aside, based on my understanding, if it may come down to like, okay, let me try to explain. So, for example, if America is the top seeded team on the rankings and America has already qualified, they will move on to the next top team in terms of standard. So if that's, let's just say Jamaica gets in, then Jamaica will get a spot in Paris. But let's say let's just say the 14 teams that have already qualified, let's just say they currently occupy the top 14 teams in the rankings. Then it means that the teams who are in 15th and 16th place, they will qualify for Paris. And that's it for all the relays. It's just that we did not get a automatic qualification to Paris, and so we have to take that route. I think the meet is slated to take place in Bahamas, and so we wish them all the best. Javon Powell and Therese Roden, I know those two, because they would have made it. Therese would have made it to the 800-meter finals, along with Kimar Farquharson last week at the NCAA championships, and Javon Powell, he would have finished 3rd in the NCAA championships with 44.70 for 3rd in the NCAA championships. So we're looking forward to what will happen. Of course, I will have the updates on that when I come back next Saturday. All right. And then we have the NCAA title in terms of who won. So Arkansas, they won the women's section of the title. But what we want to talk about is the outstanding, fantastic, scintillating performance by one Nikisha Price. And if you listened to the show last week, coming back to Kemal now, if you listened to the show last week, you know that I would have had analyst Kemal Ford on, and he predicted that Nikisha was going to run 48.85 seconds. You know what time Nikisha ran? She ran 48.89 seconds. So he was just about 400th of a second off from what she actually ran, which is a personal best, which also obliterates the national record at 400 meters. So Nikisha Price in fantastic form, and we are looking to see what she will bring at the national championships. Now, very soon after that, less than 24 hours later, Sydney Macaque Lerone, she ran 48.72 seconds. However, Sydney would not be right now, based on news, she will not be participating in both the 400 meters and 4 hurdles, which states now that Nikisha Price is going to be, if she qualifies for Paris, she will be the fastest going into Paris. But we'll see, because there are a few meets, but I'm not seeing, I don't know if anybody's going to run faster than, other than Sydney, is going to run faster than 48:89. But we'll see. It's a championship year. And, this morning, Ferdinand Omanyala in the Kenyan championships, he ran 9.79 seconds. So teams, you can see that athletes, they're now gearing up, looking forward to qualifying for the Olympics. And talking about qualification, a little birdie, well, I don't know if it would be a little birdie now, because I have seen the official start list for later. That is the Paris Foray, and these are meets. So the Paris Foray, this is meet number 1 of 3. These meets will happen in Jamaica every Saturday for the next 3 Saturdays, and these are meets leading up to the trials. No, it won't be the next 3. This is number 1, 2. Okay, so I think they will have 3. I need to double check if this is 2 or 1. However, the important news is that Mrs. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the Pocket Rocket, she is slated to open her season this week, today, later on, 5:30 at the National Stadium. And so we are definitely looking forward to that. What's the significance of that? It means that we will actually see her before the national trials. And we have been waited with bated breath, obviously, now, because Elaine Thompson-Hera, she is injured. We're not sure if she will be participating at the national trials. Sherika Jackson has not necessarily looked herself. We know that Brianna Liston, even after running 10.89 seconds last week, she has called an end to her season, and obviously because she is struggling with a hamstring injury, and wise enough, at the age that she's 19, she has probably 3-4 Olympics ahead of her. It's okay. Sad that she's going to miss this one, but I think it's best in terms of her career not to push it right now. And please, guys, stop spreading rumors on the young lady. She's not switching to the USA, okay? Let's just stop the rumors. Thanks. Right. So Mrs. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, she will make her season opener later on at the National Stadium, and we're certainly looking forward to that. We've been hearing that she has been running fantastic times in training, so let's see if she can blow out some cobwebs just before the national trials. Persons have been asking me who I think is going to make it on the team, what I think about what will be the performance in Paris next week. I will talk about, or maybe the week after. Well, next week we'll talk about who I think will make it to the team. And then, of course, after that, I'll talk about, once the team has been selected, we will talk about who or what do I think about Jamaica's chances in Paris. All right, that has been Sports Talk. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Do have yourself a fantastic rest of the weekend. Bye-bye until next week.